So a mentor is an experienced and trusted advisor. They're often sought after to boost your success professionally. An article in Real Simple magazine advises that you should not limit yourself to just one. And accredited master coach, Keisha Andown, agrees. She joins us this morning via Zoom. Hello, lady. Good morning to you. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good morning.
All is well?
So good to be with you guys again. All is fantastic. Thank you.
Great. So we're talking about mentorship this morning. Usually when people talk about mentors, we talk about mentors in terms of career advancement, but I think it has a broader connotation, no?
Definitely. A mentor, as you'd stated at the start, can be anyone who is an expert in a particular area. And so we're looking at that concept and that idea that we can speak to people and we can get information from people, you know, in what they're really good at. So you might have someone that is exceptional at finance and budgeting, and perhaps that's an area that you're not good in, you know, and so it's about asking those questions and finding that right person. Or it could simply be, you know, somebody that you respect and admire, and there's something about them that you do respect and admire, something that they do. And so you want to emulate that or to find ways to bring part of what they do into your space.
Okay.
We have some headlines here. One says create your own board of advisors, which is what Sim just said, that you need more than one.
And I think that is very true, because what we see happening is if you're literally speaking to just one individual, you're getting one perspective. And all of us know that, you know, or most of us have a variety of different interests that we have. And certainly depending on the age of the individual, they might also want to be getting more information in, or maybe they don't know what career they want to, you know, career path they want, or perhaps certainly during a time like COVID, they're not sure about the next steps that they're supposed to take. And so speaking to a variety of people then gives us a variety of perspective. And that's really important, because we all see things very differently. And by speaking to different people, we get a different perspective. And so we can make up our own mind.
Yeah, which takes us to our next point, to listen to different voices. So we're talking about talking to people in different areas, but this could be regionally, it could be racially, it could be gender. Talk to me about that point, Keisha, listening to different voices.
So I'm going to use this in regards to a particular area. So if you're going into a particular field, and when you're going into that field, and let's say it's business, maybe it's your first job, maybe it's a career change, maybe you've been in the position for a long time. If you're only listening to one voice, you could potentially be limiting yourself, because that person might do things a very particular way. Whereas if you have an entire board then of mentors, so different people that you talk to, one, you're not putting the pressure just on one person, and two, you're getting information. So like you said, in regards to the diversity, and Neville, I'm not going to pick on you at the moment. However, I'm going to look at the fact that you have women in business. And so we face very different challenges from men within the workplace. And depending on which area you're in, so, you know, Jamaica, we're really lucky. We have a high percentage of women in senior leadership positions. That's not the same in lots of other countries. And so it very much depends on where you are, where you're based, and the conversations that you're having. So for me, I have a variety of mentors, even within my space, that are both male and female, that come from different parts of society, because what you're doing is you're asking different questions, and people have different expertise in different areas. So perspective is key, and listening to different voices.
It's okay to consider
Definitely.
someone a mentor without formally asking them to be. You don't always need to propose.
Definitely. And I think that's really key, because, you know, a lot of people might not feel that they have the skill set to be a mentor. And so they might feel that very pressurized by you saying, hey, can you be my mentor? Whereas if you said to them, you know, would you mind if I called you up, you know, once a month or once in a while, just to get some feedback from you or to get some advice from you? Would you be okay with that? you'd get a much better response. Now, there is a time for formal mentorship as well as the informal mentorship. And so it's working out what works best for you, and also recognizing that for a number of people, especially during COVID times, a number of people might be exceedingly busy with their own workspace and their own development. So for them, giving you an hour each week might be very different to, being there where you can send them an email and ask them a question, or have a conversation. And the most important thing with this one is you're building up a relationship, you're building a rapport with that individual. So perhaps at a later date, you can turn around and say, you've given me such great advice. I really appreciate it. Would you be willing to be my mentor?
Right.
So it's also creating that rapport.
And then that rapport will also be built by you as a mentee seeking to give something back in that relationship. So you may not think you have a lot to give, because obviously you're looking to the mentor to pour into you, but there's a point we have here that says return the favor.
And I think that's key. I think all of us have something to give. It doesn't matter who we are or where we are. If we look at even the smallest child, there's something to give. They're giving joy when they're smiling or doing something different. And it's also a matter, sorry about that, it's also a matter of they're creating a different space. So you as a mentee, showing appreciation, going onto their LinkedIn profile, following them, writing a great comment, liking what they're saying, that creates a space of support. And also, even our mentors have rough days.
Yeah.
So being positive and being positive there. And, I'm always amazed in some of the fields I work with a lot of young people. And one of the things that I'm always in awe of is how many brilliant ideas that they have. And so often, we don't listen to those that we think are not as experienced. And sometimes it's because they don't have the same experiences that they come up with the best solutions and the best ideas. And they're thinking outside of the box and thinking in a different way. So definitely, it's recognizing that mentees, and this is for mentors as well, or people that want to be mentors, mentees bring something to the table as well. Definitely.
All right, great words. Always good to see you. Always good to have you on the show.
And
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
stay safe, all right?
Thank you,
Great
Keisha.
seeing you.
And
And
go and answer your phone now, because that's probably a session you have with a mentee, accredited master coach, Keisha and Down. Thank you, Keisha. She
Thank
handled
you
that
very
like
much.
a boss. Did you see what
Bye-bye.
happened? Her phone rang during the interview, and she just, I love that, guys. Love live TV. These are the things that happen. All right, take a break and smile. Soon come back.